This is Coach Lee, and I'm going to talk to you about when your ex thinks you are done. And a lot of people are afraid for their ex to think this. They think that this would mean doom for the relationship. But I'm going to talk to you about how that's likely not the case and what that means to you in getting your ex back. Number one, and this is more how to help them think that you're done, and that is don't seek closure. And this I know is a big one to a lot of you because on private coaching sessions, people will tell me, I want closure. I need to talk to them to get closure, or we're going to meet to get closure. You'll even say that you want your ex to have closure. And there kind of is this obsession with closure. And you hear that a lot, that you should get that and that you need that. I'm going to tell you right now, you don't. And you need to leave unfinished business. You need to leave things untied. You don't need to have everything neat and closed up. Why? Well, think about it. What do you seek the most in life? You seek answers and resolutions to things. You seek solutions. You don't seek the questions. The questions make you seek. And when you do give that closure, or when you appear that you want closure, it makes it easier on your ex. One of the best things you can do is to be mysterious and just leave it open. Feel that there's nothing left to say. If they don't want to be with you, you don't have to talk about it. You've already told them you want to be with them. You've said we can work on this. They don't want to. That's enough for you. Just be gone. Like a ghost in the wind. Just be a mystery. Let them say, wow, he didn't even try to get closure. He didn't even want to talk about it anymore. Or he's not even trying. Let them be the ones to seek you out. And they may think they're seeking closure, but a lot of times that's what brings them to the table to think about other things and to have you on their mind, to become even preoccupied with it and asking that question, why? And when you are a mystery to someone, it can keep you on their mind a lot more than the people who are just absolutely clear about everything, who are around them and kissing up to them and trying to get together with them. I'm not saying that that's necessarily all bad, but I am saying that if you try to get closure and you keep asking that out of your ex, that it can appear needy. It can make them to even think that they're kind of doing you a favor. It can annoy them because they don't want to talk about it anymore. You want to talk about it. And that's one of the things in coaching sessions I have to convince people. Just because you want to talk about it doesn't mean they do. And so if they start associating this negative event, this nuisance, and I hate to say that, but that's how it feels to them a lot of times is, here we go. They want to talk about it again. That's how it feels to them. And so it's not something that's going to boost your attraction. If anything, it's going to make them seek that relief even more. Like, how can I get away from this person? Oh, good, we're done with that. Hopefully I won't have to talk to them again. That's not what you want them to feel. And so if you don't seek closure, if you say, look, I told you I wanted to be with you. I told you I'm willing to work on it. You're not. That's all the closure I need. The fact that they don't want to be with you is your closure. And by not seeking any more than that, it actually ups your chances significantly that they're going to contact you and that they're going to reconsider. Trust me, I didn't realize that at first. I was actually somebody who thought that closure had its benefits and having a conversation like that could be good. But then I had to look at the results and I had to look at what people were doing. And after a couple decades, you learn a thing or two about a thing or two. And that's something I'll tell you. Don't seek closure. Don't seek answers. Don't seek that conversation or that post-mortem of the relationship that people talk about. Don't talk about it. Don't analyze it. Don't clinicalize it. Just be silent. You have no idea how powerful that is. Number two, they didn't expect to want you back. And that's one of the great things about this is that when you are silent, when you just give them the breakup, first of all, it's anticlimactic because they're wanting that relief. They think they want the relief of the breakup. And what a lot of people do is they beg and plead and they want to have closure and they want to have another conversation and they want to show up and text and then they want to try to be friends. And so your ex doesn't get that relief they think they want. I'm not even saying they're going to get relief, but they think they are going to get relief and they think they have to get away from you to get that. And so it makes them fight harder when you're not letting them go and giving them what they think they want. And so when you just let them go, a lot of times what happens is they experience a form of intimacy shock, or at least that's what I call it. And it's basically where they're used to hearing about the facts and the feelings of your life. And you're used to hearing about the facts and feelings of their life. And they're used to telling you. And that's an intimate thing. It feels good to know the other person that well and to be known. And even if they don't think they want to be with you anymore, if you had a good relationship, they will miss intimacy with you. And the faster that you close your mouth and back away, the faster they will miss that. And that's usually not at all what they expect. They expect that it will get easier each passing day, and that for some of them, they even think it will get easier immediately and that they will just ride off into the sunset and life will be better. But when it appears that you're not even trying to get them back, that you're not even doing anything, that you didn't even try to seek out closure, that you just walked away. You just walked away. It can flip the dynamics. And they will be sitting there thinking, wow, I didn't expect to want him back, or I didn't expect to want her back. And that throws them off in so many ways. It can really make them reconsider and look at things again, which is what you want. And I can't say that it will 100% get them back. If I could say that, I'd be richer than a man with a cancer cure and a time machine. But what I can tell you is anything that gets them to think about it again, to reconsider it, is going to be helpful. And when their only focus is trying to get away from you and hoping that you don't contact them that day because they don't want to hear about it, they don't want to talk about it again, they don't want to analyze it again, they're exhausted with it because they've been dealing with this a lot longer than you. They've been dealing with this for weeks or months. They've had those conversations in their mind. You haven't, because you didn't know it was coming usually. And I know that's not fair. Do you have a right to closure, like I talked about in the previous point? Sure you do. But do you want to get them back, or do you want to say, there, I got my closure? So consider your priorities. And if they didn't expect to want you back and they thought they were going to get relief, that's the beginning of them moving back towards you. And it's the beginning of them going into the stages that I talk about in my video, stages your ex goes through during no contact. I'll link to that in the description below. But you want to have them sit with the fact that they are thinking they might want you back, and that wasn't what they expected. Before I get to number 3, get more information on my emergency breakup kit. You can just go to myexbackcoach.com/EBK as an emergency breakup kit, or I link to it in the description below. It's a powerful guide to help you get your ex back. And it's the culmination of my 2 decades in the relationship recovery service. It's the emergency breakup kit. It's at myexbackcoach.com/EBK, and the link is in the description below. Number 3, why it can take a while. So your ex may think that you're done. You may think, well, why don't they come back today? Well, part of it is because of something that I mentioned in my last video, which is that they want to keep their word. They want to be true to their commitment that they want to break up with you. In other words, they don't want to say, hey, I want to break up with you, and then the next day say, I want to get back together, because that looks unstable. They think it looks weird or crazy. And they also will tell themselves, I've wanted to do this for a while. I've thought about this a lot. So just because it's difficult right now doesn't mean I need to go back to them, because I will likely want to leave again. And so they sit with that a lot, especially if they have supporters, if they have people around them saying, yeah, stick with the breakup. And they want more single friends to go out with sometimes. And so they don't necessarily have the best motives. But if they have those people around them, that can make it take longer as well. But the biggest part of it is that they think they're convinced. And so they want to stick with that. And you just have to let that play out each day that passes, especially when they're thinking, if this person wanted to get back together with me, they would contact me. So do they no longer want to get back together with me? And that can really put pressure on them to actually do something, instead of just to sit there and hope and think that they will feel differently when they do start missing you and they do start thinking that maybe they want to get back together with you. And so that's why it can take a while, because they are dealing with their own mind in this, and they don't want to look bad, but they also don't want to be in that situation again where they just want to leave again. And if they care about you, they probably don't want to risk hurting you again. They feel like they've ripped the Band-Aid off. So that's another reason it's so important to let that Band-Aid be ripped off soon. When they say they want to break up, sure, tell them, but I love you. This can work. We can work on this. But when they don't want to and they're convinced they want to break up, you have to back off and give it to them. Don't try to keep contacting them. Don't try to keep being their friend. Don't think that you can show up and they will be just so happy that you did. Disappear. Show them that you are strong enough to just walk away, that you have dignity, and that you don't want to be with somebody who doesn't want to be with you, because you can be with somebody else. That doesn't mean you want to do that right away. As a matter of fact, that often blows up in your face if you try to do that. Don't try to create jealousy, but it's something you want to be going on in their mind along with all these other things. Number 4, think of what hurts you right now. It's that you want to be with them, but they don't want to be with you. And I know that hurts. But think about this. What if they start thinking that maybe you don't want to be with them? Now, I'm not saying they should be convinced of that. So don't tell them that. Don't say, I don't want to be with you, or I don't want to get back together, unless you really mean it. But the silence and the lack of effort on your part, it makes them question that. And at the breakup, they're not questioning that. They're thinking, you really want to get back together with them. And they're thinking, oh no, this could be one of those situations where you act like a crazy ex and you won't take no for an answer, and you're going to bug them and you're going to plead and you're going to show up and you're going to become a nuisance. You're going to make life awkward and frustrating for them and make them seek to be away from you with everything that they have. But when you don't do that, it's very anticlimactic, like I mentioned earlier. But they start thinking, does this person not want me back? And you know what? That stings. That hurts an ego. And it's not something you're doing that's animalistic. It's not out of spite or anything like that, because technically you're not doing anything. You're just being silent. So it's not something where they could think that you're being cruel to them because they broke up with you. So they know the answer. But it can start to hurt them the same way that it hurts you. And so all that motivation you feel to contact them and to do something about it because of the pain, they can start to have that too. But the difference is they will see that this is all because of their own fault and that they have to do something, that the ball is in their court because they walked away from the relationship. They have to come back to it. Once they see you are not going to clean up their mess, that you're not going to fix what they broke. Not only is that one of the most attractive things that you can do, but it also prevents them from thinking, for example, when and if you two get back together, that they can punish you with a breakup to get you to behave, because they know you'll just come back and you'll beg and plead, and they can appear like they are so far above you that they are just graciously taking you back, and that you're going to appreciate it so much and you're going to straighten up. You can't have them thinking that kind of thought about you. That dynamic does not work. You cannot be in a relationship where there's a prize and there's a pursuer. You both have to be the prize and you both have to be the pursuer. When that gets out of balance, you get a breakup. You get somebody who is miserable in the relationship because they're not attracted to you anymore, because the dynamics of the relationship have ruined that attraction. And so it's so vital that even though it feels like you should chase and you should pursue, try to get them back, it is so vital that you don't, because the dynamics are already messed up. And when you do that, you just emphasize that and you make it much, much worse. Before I get to number 5, if you want to have a private coaching session with me, you can do that at myexbackcoach.com. You'll see coaching, and under that, you just select my name. So if you want a private coaching session with me where we can really get into the details of your situation and what I think you should do, especially if you're wondering if it should be no contact, or if you two are talking again, where they've started talking to you again and you say, well, now what? Now I don't know what to do. Those are the situations where I can really help. And you can book that session with me at myexbackcoach.com. Just click on coaching and then click on my name. Number 5, when they think you're done, they stop feeling sorry for you. And you may say, what? I want them to feel sorry for me. No, you don't. You think you do. But pity does not work. There is pity and there is attraction. Just like there is night and day, they are very opposite. And when someone pities you, that does not mean that they are attracted to you. You can be attracted to someone who you also feel sorry for because of something that's happening to them. But you don't feel more attracted to them because you feel sorry for them. And you actually want them to stop feeling sorry for you, because when they feel sorry for you, that means that you're in a position of weakness. You want them to see you in a position of strength, which is you can stay away from them, that you aren't hurting like they thought you would, at least as far as they know, because they're not hearing from you. And they assume that if you're hurting, you would be chasing and pleading and pursuing and begging and wanting to have those conversations where you analyze what went wrong and you ask them if they'll work on it and take you back. You know the cycle. And that can make them feel sorry for you, but that will usually turn them into a cruel creature that you don't recognize, because eventually they just get tired of it. They don't want to hear about it anymore. And so you don't want them to feel sorry for you. You want them to see your strength. You want them to think that you're doing well. Now, of course, don't exaggerate that. Don't fake that. Don't try to post all these happy posts on social media about how wonderful you're doing, because that can blow up in your face too. Again, when in doubt, be mysterious and be silent. Let their imagination do the work for you. You don't want them to feel sorry for you. Trust me. You want them to see you as strong. That's what can help you get your ex back. You can get my emergency breakup kit with the link in the description below, or just go to myexbackcoach.com. And the same is true if you want to schedule a private coaching session with me. This has been Coach Lee, and as always, thank you for watching.